Hey guys, Joe here at JP Details, and in today's video I'm going to demonstrate the ultimate swirl prevention maintenance wash. Demo car is a 2010 Mercedes C250 estate with a few nice AMG touches. This car was detailed and fully corrected 2 years ago and protected with various G-Technic coatings including CS Black, EXO V2, G1 and C5. As you can tell, the car isn't overly dirty, and one of the reasons is because G-Technic coatings self-clean, or in simple terms, dirt struggles to stick to it because it's so smooth. Along with the car currently in the shadows, the camera hasn't picked up the grime and just generally the car wasn't that dirty. But the owner wanted the car cleaning and it was an ideal time for me to demonstrate some serious detailing gear and techniques in action. Detailing gear and topics of today's video includes separate wheel cleaning tools, 2-bucket method, snow foam or pre-wash, quick detailer or drying aid, ultra soft microfiber drying towel and the flat and pat method, forced air contactless dry, G-Technic maintenance products, and the deionized water filtration system, and most importantly of them all is how to prevent swirl marks. The G-Technic products I'm going to use is W4 Citrus Snow Foam, G-Wash, Quick Detailer, G6 Glass and T1 Tire and Trim. I'm not going into detail about what makes a good snow foam or shampoo because these warrant videos of their own. Before we start the wash, I'd advise cleaning both buckets and grit guards to ensure they are free of dirt from previous use. Either rinse the buckets out with a hose, or for me I spray Quick Detailer and clean them out with a microfiber cloth. Same goes for the wheel bucket, and while I'm at it I'll give all brushes a thorough rinse and again clean the bucket out with a microfiber cloth before loading with wheel brushes, filling with water and adding 2 caps of G-Wash.
Temperature is running high, I didn't see it coming. Tell me what have you done to me? Tell me what have you done to me? I put my trust in you, I always do the truth. I put my trust in you, I held it out to you. You're not the person that I thought.
The 2-bucket method has been covered on YouTube more than enough, and I'm sure by now you all know the benefits of using 2 buckets. Quite frankly, I don't see the point in explaining, but if you're unsure, I've linked a video below to AM Details and he goes into the relative detail you will need to know. Choose yourself a premium quality wash mitt, which is down to personal preference, and I'm currently favoured towards the G-Technic wash mitt. Whichever mitt you are using, make sure it is ultimately clean from previous use and it's worthwhile giving it a rinse out. I add 2 caps of G-Wash and the buckets are ready. Next important stage is pre-wash or snow foam, with the idea of softening dirt on the car so when we pressure wash the dirt can be removed. Again, I'm hoping snow foam and pre-wash is self-explanatory. Plenty of videos on YouTube, so if you're unsure, go do a search. Either way, prepare your chosen pre-wash product before moving to the next step. Keeping with the theme of ultimate swirl prevention safe wash, I'm using a Race Glaze 0 ppm water filtration system for both washing the car and rinsing. You can just use a filtration system for the rinse stage, which means you won't need to dry the car manually. However, because this was only my second time using the machine, I decided to use it for the full wash to prevent any chance of water stains if the sun happened to appear. Because doing an ultimate safe wash takes time, shampoo is inevitably going to sit on the car for longer when compared to doing a basic or quick wash. We've already covered wheel cleaning a few times on this channel, but there is one very important factor which I'm sure you are already aware of. Never use anything that's been used to clean the wheels on the bodywork. You will need separate cleaning implements, including a bucket and brushes for the wheels only, including a grit guard. The reasons why professional detailers clean wheels first has quite a lengthy explanation, so I'm saving it for another video so we don't go too far off topic in this video. I would advise cleaning all 4 wheels and arches first before proceeding to the next step. Moving to the car, and the next step, apply your pre-wash to the entire car and allow it to dwell for 5 or so minutes. If you notice any areas starting to dry out too quickly, either give them a light rinse or reapply snow foam. I'll give you a tip. There's no point pressure washing the car before snow foam, just apply the snow foam to a dry car. It will save you time and water. When the snow foam has been allowed to dwell, begin pressure washing, starting with each side of the car, working your way from the bottom up. This way you can see the areas you've hit, and also your snow foam will be at its most effective following this process. Once each side is done, pressure wash the roof from one side, then move round to doing the other side, then give all sides of the car another pressure wash, but this time from the roof down. Make sure you are thorough in hitting every surface of the car, and make sure all snow foam is removed, and with it as much dirt possible. To guarantee the safest possible hand wash to avoid swirls, the majority of dirt and grime needs to be removed before making direct contact with the paint via the wash mitt. Tips for actually cleaning the car using a wash mitt: I would advise applying as little pressure and only what is required to keep the wash mitt in your hand whilst working over the paint. You want to be making as little contact with the paint possible, so this means hitting all areas with only one pass or 2 maximum. No constant or excessive scrubbing, and definitely no big strokes. Wash the vehicle from the roof down in a methodical and gentle manner. Typical practice would be to do the top 3 quarters of the car first, and once they are done, do the lower quarter, before reaching for a secondary wash mitt and doing the sills, painted arch lips and underneath the front and rear bumpers.
On your own, 'cause I get someone better to be. I got someone better to be. Mistaken all along, my trust in you is gone. Mistaken all along, I guess I judged you wrong. You're not
The key to a successful hand wash is the 2-bucket method and rinsing your mitt out frequently and often between panels. Don't apply more pressure to the paintwork that's needed, and work each section with as few passes possible. If your pre-wash stage was as effective as it can be, this will make the contact wash much safer because the majority of dirt should have already been removed. Having your car detailed and protected with decent protection products, this also makes the removal of dirt and grime in the pre-wash stage far more effective.
You're not the person that I knew, 'cause I've seen it now, you've truly shown your dark side. I'm leaving now the demons out of your mind. You can say all you wanna say, but you got nobody else to blame. So don't you drag me over to the dark side.
Once the contact wash is complete, pressure wash the entire vehicle to remove all shampoo. Moving to the drying stage, and as this is a maintenance wash, your car should be waxed or protected. To reduce the amount of drying involved, it's a good idea to sheet as much water off the car using an open hose. Obviously, the less standing water on the paint means the less drying we'll need to do. Practice makes perfect with this technique, so give it a go. It's pretty fun. A safe drying technique is the flat and pat method. You'll need a super absorbent fluffy microfiber towel for this, and it's a case of flat and pat. A little more awkward on vertical panels, but if you've sheeted the water off the sides correctly, there will be very little to dry. Also, if you're using a water filtration system, you won't actually need to manually dry the car, you could simply let it drip dry even in the sun. You could use a drying aid or quick detailer at this point to offer some lubricity to the surface, although it won't work with the flat and pat method. My personal favourite is the Metrovac 8 horsepower Master Blaster and blow all water off the car contactlessly. Because you're not making any direct contact with the paint, there is zero chance of inflicting scratch damage. Other benefits of using a Metrovac blower are to remove trapped water from gaps and crevices, so there won't be any drips or runs. Protection is key with doing a safe wash, so when it comes to topping up protection, make sure your applicators and microfibers are pristine, or even better, brand new. Just remember, a small amount of product goes a long way, so only use what you need. The more product you apply means the more product you need to remove, which also means more working the paintwork, which we don't want. The Mercedes is having a protection top up with G-Technic Detailer Spray, and all I use is 1 or 2 sprays per panel, and it only requires minimal passes with a microfiber to remove. Again, minimising the contact you have with the paintwork reduces the chance of swirl marks. At this stage, your pre-wash was on point and you removed at least 90% of grime. Your hand wash removed the last 10% safely because your mitt was expensive and you did the 2-bucket method correctly. You removed all shampoo with the final pressure rinse. Your drying towel was ultimately clean and carried out with style and elegance, or you contactlessly dried the car. Finally, your 1 microfiber cloth was brand new and you only used a minimal amount of product when topping up protection. Therefore, congratulations, you inflicted 0 scratch damage and it took you the best part of 2 hours. Just to recap the most important factors into successfully cleaning a car without inflicting swirl damage of any sort. Number 1 biggest factor, the car is already detailed and protected, and by this I mean machine polished to perfection and protected with a decent wax, sealant or several year ceramic paint coating. All your kit is kept clean and well maintained, separate stuff for the wheels, on point pre-wash and a decent pressure washer, 2-bucket method with grit guards and an expensive wash mitt and drying towel. How mad do you want to go? Well, that's down to you. The key is to make as little contact with the paintwork, but I hope it's given you an insight into the ultimate maintenance wash for a car. It doesn't get much finer than this. Please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I'll hopefully catch you in the next one.